reality. First of all, what we do at Crescendo is constantly remind you that if you want new results, you have to have a new mindset. So just be prepared and open to try things in a different way. The first thing that we can do is not assume anything, okay? So don't assume that you know what's going on with your team. Ask them. Gather the information and take action. So I had a client recently that had a little more turnover than normal, and they were sure that it was because their people were leaving for more pay. But when they actually surveyed why people were leaving, it was not because of more pay. It was because of the lack of communication on the teams and the outdated technology. So in his mind, the owner thought, they're leaving for more pay. I can't compete with that. But the reality was they'd be willing to stay if they had better communication and if the company was willing to invest in better technology. So never assume that you know. And the other thing that is in our control is to communicate the expectations. So keep in mind that based on generations and experience levels, people may not, I know this might shock you, but they may not think the same way that you do. And they can't read our mind and we can't read theirs. I love a story that Kara shares about if you don't set proper communications and you tell someone to show up the first day of work in black pants, you will have someone show up the first day in black leggings. And you will be thinking, what on earth? Those are leggings. And they will be thinking, they cover from my waist to my ankles, they're pants. So it is critical to take the time to communicate your expectations, especially with new staff. And then the third thing that you can do is you can look at your online footprint. You can take those recommendations that I mentioned earlier. So go on there and look and see, what are people saying about your company? Do you have any positive comments from current employees? And what does your overall footprint look like? Because if they can't find information about your company, and we're talking more than just a website, they're not going to be interested and they're going to pass it over. So I want you to keep in mind, I started off the webinar with this quote. A lot of organizations think that it's technology, it's products, it's competition that is the real threat. But keep in mind that the ultimate threat to organizational success, it isn't the markets, it isn't technology, products, or competition. It absolutely is the ability to attract, to lead, to develop, and to retain the best